If you're stuck on playing over a 12-bar blues or you just want some inspiration and some new licks, we're going to check out 8 killer blues licks today. These licks are going to help you get more out of your classic pentatonic box shapes. They blend the major pentatonic with the minor pentatonic, as well as the blues scale. Now the backing track, tabs, as well as isolated playthrough videos are available over on Patreon. There's a link in the description if you want to sign up. There's also a whole bunch of licks available there for the members that you don't hear in this video. So if you want to dig a little bit deeper, you get some exclusive stuff as well. There's a link in the description. All right, let's jump into the first lick. Now we're going to be working in the key of B flat. The backing track is available on my Patreon page if you want to download it. Let's jump into it. All right, so this first lick is in our position 1 minor pentatonic box that we all know and love. There's just a little bit of a twist on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start on the minor 3rd and the perfect 5th. That's 6th fret of the B and G strings there. And we're going to hammer on 7th fret of the G string, which is our major 3rd interval. That gives it more of a major sound. Now the tricky part is the rake that I'm about to do. I'm just using upstrokes. Going to go 6th fret of the G string, and then we're going to go 8th fret of the D, and then A. Now if you have that muted, it's totally fine. It works just as well. You know what I mean, right? The target note though is 6th fret of the A string, and then we're going to go to the 9th fret E, which is the minor 3rd, and then the root note, which is 6th fret of the low E string. And that's like a triplet, right? And then we're going to finish it off with the root note an octave above. And then you can do a little sort of extension, which is just minor 3rd, root note, coming down the minor pentatonic scale and landing on the 5th. That's really common to finish that phrase with the 5th, right? Sounds cool. You can do it the octave above, whatever you want. So the full lick, I know I'm moving fast, guys. The full lick is this. Sounds really cool, right? Let's move on. Second lick. All right, now this is a nice repetitive lick. We're going to be in box 1 again, our favorite position. We're going to hit the 9th fret of the E string, which is our minor 3rd, and give it a little bit of attitude, blurring that minor 3rd and major 3rd together. That's sort of the sound of blues, right? And then we're going to go down to the root note, and then the 7th fret. Now we'll show you an alteration that you can use over the 4 chord, but this is generally going to be over the 1 chord. I guess you could use it over the 4 as well. You can finish it however you want. Right here, you might do something else. You know what I mean? All of these alterations are going to be available for my Patreon members if you want to check that out and dig a little bit deeper. Here's another variation of that. Instead of hitting the perfect 5th, we're going to hit the major 6th, right? Can sound really cool, right? You get that nice tritone, which also gives you more of that major blues sound. With that major 6 over the 1 chord, or works well over the 4 chord. You know what I mean? Spells out that E flat 7 really, really nicely. Let's move on, lick 3. All right, again, this is box 1. Now I know we all want to escape this box, but there's a lot of good stuff in this position. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the perfect 4th. I'm going to slide 1 fret or 1 semitone higher to that blues note. Right, and then hit the root note above. Check it out. That's sort of like the first move. The second move is this. Right, really, really sort of common, I guess, in the blues style. Hitting the perfect 4th, sliding up, and then descending, pulling off to the minor 3rd. Right, and then landing on the root note. That's sort of like the second move. The next part of the lick sounds like this. this move a lot. So we're going minor third, up the pentatonic scale, right, hitting the fifth, and then coming down to the minor third, root note, fifth, right? And then to finish the lick, you could do something like this. Right, you can finish it however you want, but the full lick sounds like this. Right, and I am giving a little bit of attitude on that minor third, right? You could even hammer on, right? Check it out. You can lead nicely to the 4 chord if you want it. Let's move on to lick 4. Now, coincidentally, lick 4 works really well over the 4 chord. Check it out. Really, really straightforward. I'm at B flat, 6th fret of the E string, and I'm hitting the blues note. This is sort of 5th position territory of the minor pentatonic scale. Right? But there's some alterations here. We're actually adding the blues note. So I'm starting on 6th fret of the E string and 5th fret of the B. That's our blues note. And I'm pulling off to the perfect 4th. Now this spells out an E flat chord. We are playing over the 4 chord. This spells out the E flat chord nicely. We'll do that 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And then to spell out that E flat chord even more, we're going to hit the 6th fret of the G, the 5th fret of the D, which is our major third of E flat. It's also the 6th in the key of B flat. And then land on the B flat note, which is either the root note if you're playing over the 1 chord, or the 5th of E flat. So a chord tone basically of either the 1 or the 4 chord. Works really nicely over the 4. This is the whole lick. Right? Could be cool leading to the 1. You know what I mean? Or you could play it over the 1. You know what I mean? All of that stuff will be tabbed out for my Patreon members. Let's move on to lick 5. This one's a little bit slippery. Check it out. We're moving from box 1. We're going to go from perfect 4th to a full tone bend. And then we're going to slide up 2 frets and do a tone and a half bend. Right? And then go chromatically down. Right? So far we've got this. Now, that's sort of the main idea of the lick. You can work out whatever else you want to do at the end, but what I've done is this. So I've gone, and I've gone to the minor third, and then the major 6, and then the root note, right? I like that sound. Very major blues. And then I've gone, I like that sound as well. So I've slid into the perfect 4th, then the minor third, and then the root note. Right? Full lick is this. Could finish it with a root note above. Check it out. Whatever you want to extend that, they all work really, really well as nice themes or motifs. Let's move on to lick 6. A nice repetitive one, super easy, 4 notes. We're going to be using these notes. We're going to be using the flat and 5th, perfect 4th, box 1 of course, our favorite, minor 3rd, and then the root note. Now what I'm doing is I'm sliding from the perfect 4th, up 1 semitone, returning, then pulling off to the minor 3rd, and then hitting the root note. That can just be repeated over and over. Finishing it however you want. You could even do it the octave above, or the octave below, or all 3. Sounds really cool, right? Let's move on. Lick 7. Alright, this is really cool. I really dig this. I think I took this from Josh Smith. It's sort of almost like a Motown kind of soul vibe. We're playing this over the 1 chord, hitting, starting on B flat, which is our root note. We're going to go from, it's a bit of a stretch, we're going to go from the 2nd fret of the B string, which is our minor 3rd, and we're going to slide into the major 3rd. Right? If you wanted to do it an octave above, it would work really well as well. But we'll do it down here. And then we're going to go chromatic up to the 5th. So moving the B string notes up chromatically. Right? And then you could pull off from the 5th fret whilst also keeping that B flat note on top. So pull off from the 5th fret to the 4th fret B string. Right? So that's like blues note to the perfect 4th. Right? That kind of vibe. And then you can finish it however you want. I like to go minor 3rd, major 6th, and then root note. It's that 5th position sort of pentatonic box. That major 6 gives it that major blues sound. Let's move on to the last lick. This is lick number 8. Now this could be played over the 1 chord or the 4 chord. I think it sounds nice over the 4 chord. What we're going to do is stick to our position 1 box that we know and love. We're going to be playing from the 6th fret of the B and E strings. And then we're going to hammer on to the major 6. Right? And we're going to do a rake, very similar to the first lick. It's going to be a rake on sort of like the 6th fret of the E, B, and G strings. Right? And then we're going to land on the D string 8th fret. Sorry. And then we're going to hit the minor 3rd. Right? Check it out. And then I finish it like this, which is just root note, 5th, and then the major 6th, and then back to the 5th, and then the root note. I like that sound. And you can blend in any of the other phrases that we've checked out. Let's hear that alone from the start. Right, sounds really, really cool, right? So as I said before, all this stuff will be available on Patreon. There's heaps of other licks as well as the backing track, as well as all the licks that you've heard today, tabbed out with an isolated video. So it's really, really super easy to learn with the tab underneath. If you want to go and check it out and dig a little bit deeper, there's a link in the description. There's a 7-day free trial happening at the moment. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, guys. See you on the next one.